he tried to call on the phone, and Mr. Presley proceeded to take the phone from him and told him not to call the police.
Enjoy the video. Hit the like button.
Interest of Bates minor child, non-custodial party being James Presley, custodial party being Lanzetta Dolores Wren Bates. And this matter is before the court on the petition to establish parent-child relationship. Court's taking judicial notice of the court file. Note for the record that both parties in this matter have previously been noticed and served, that the court did order DNA paternity analysis in this matter. Let's see. Back in February of this month and did original reset for April. But this matter has been reset to today's date with a notice from that looks like 6/8/26. So at this time, I'll ask the state for an open to tell the court what the state's requesting we do here today, which you understand any agreements you have, and I understand this is a default, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So, and understand, let me know what the and what the state's requested in default in this matter. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. State is requesting judicial notice of the petition to establish the parent-child relationship filed on November 20th, 2025.
All right.
And judicial notice of the service documents that show that Ms. Bates was served on November 26, 2025, and Mr. Presley was served on December 9th, 2025. I believe that's what you stated, though, earlier, Your Honor.
Well, I stated that both were served. I just didn't give the dates, so thank you.
Oh. And let the record reflect, I have what has been previously marked for identification purposes as State's Exhibit A, which is a non-collection affidavit in this case. And I am prepared to share screen, if you will permit me, Your Honor.
Go right ahead. All right, then. And is Miss Dolores Wren Bates present? I'm not sure how you do your last name, ma'am.
My last name is just Bates. Dolores Renee is my middle name.
All right, that's what I thought, but I wanted to make sure. All right, then. I just want to make sure you're in here. Thank you. All right, ma'am. The state is showing what the state has been marked as Exhibit A is the notice of non-collection by the father in this matter. Is there any reason that State's A should not come legally into evidence at this time? Do you have a legal objection, ma'am?
No, I don't.
All right, State's A is going to be admitted. Can you go ahead and blow that up a little bit, please?
Zoom in, Your Honor.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Is that better?
Yeah, okay. And go, okay, the court, well, yeah, that's fine. Court will know for the record that this shows that the DNA test that the court ordered has been set on least on the occasions of 2/20/26, 4/23/26, and 5/22/26 at the A&D collection site in Killeen, Texas. The court will note for the record that the alleged father, Mr. Presley, failed to appear at all three of those draws for DNA testing, and under Texas law, failure to appear at a draw testing is prima facie that the reason you didn't show up because you knew what the results were going to be, and the court will so find that his failure to appear means the court will go ahead and find that he is the biological father of said child. And you may proceed at this time, Ms. Bressler. And like I say, make sure that gets sent over, or send it over as a PDF so Belinda can print it out, and I can place it in the file as State's Exhibit A. You may proceed at this time. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. So the state is requesting medical support of $100 starting August the 1st, 2026, child support of $449 starting August the 1st, 2026, a retroactive judgment total of $16,837 as of today.
I'm sorry, give me that again, please. Retro?
$16,837 as of today, July the 23rd, 2026, with a repayment of $134 starting August the 1st, 2026, Your Honor.
100 and what again? I'm sorry.
$134.
34, thank you.
The state is requesting appropriate findings on court costs, family violence, and non-disclosure, and the state has no position on conservatorship, possession, and access.
Okay. All right, then. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and ask that Ms. Bates unmute herself and raise her right hand. If you can turn your video, that's fine. But if not, don't worry about it. And Ms. Asselson is present. I'll go ahead and have her raise her right hand also. All right. Do you both solemnly swear or affirm your testimony you're going to give here today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right, you're both officially under oath. I'm going to go ahead and let the state call you both as witnesses. Okay, Ms. Bates, you can go ahead and turn off your video at this point, and we'll just proceed with the testimony, the oral testimony. Thank you. So at this time, Ms. Baxter, call your first witness.
Yes, state calls Christina Asmus. Miss Asmus, what is your name?
Christina Asmus,
Who do you work for?
the Office of Attorney General.
What is your job title?
I am a child support officer.
What are your job duties?
My job duties, it involves conducting detailed investigations to locate absent parents, establishing paternity, filing to enforce court orders for child support, medical support, and responding to customer inquiries and wage investigations.
Did you receive specialized training to perform those job duties?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you done wage investigations?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you do one in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
What were you able to find?
I found for Mr. Presley for the second quarter of 2026, the quarter income was $6,971.20. The first quarter of 2026, the income was $7,437.20. The fourth quarter of 2025, the income was $8,165.47. The third quarter of 2025, the income was $8,263.75. The second quarter of 2025, the income was reported as $8,415.69. The first quarter of 2025, the income reported was $7,788.99. The fourth quarter of 2024, the income is $8,830.73. Third quarter of 2024, the income is $9,100.01. Second quarter of 2024, the income is $8,403.65. The first quarter of 2024, the income is $8,203.30. The fourth quarter of 2023, the income is $10,171.63. Third quarter of 2023, the income is $7,252.63.
Okay, so it is, Your Honor.
All right, then. At this time, Ms. Bates, any questions of the CSO?
No.
All right, may the CSO be excused, Ms. Betzler?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and based on that testimony, the court will note that that's where the state got its current child support and retroactive child support amounts as far as the calculations are concerned, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much. You can call your next witness, please. Thank you very much, CSO. You're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll call Lanzetta Bates. Miss Bates, what is your name?
Lanzetta Bates.
What is the name of the child in this case? How old is she?
10.
Who does she live with?
Me.
Who is her father?
James Calvin Presley.
Does Mr. Presley have other children besides
Yes.
How old is that child?
She's 26.
How often does Mr. Presley see?
Whenever he wants. It's not a frequent basis. It's not an actual, I could say every week or every other week. In this instance, he hasn't seen her since before the DNA test was asked for. So I'll say he hasn't seen her since the beginning of February. He hasn't seen her since January.
When he was visiting with her, were these visits unsupervised?
Yes.
How long were these visits?
However long he would want to keep her. Sometimes it'd be the whole weekend. Sometimes it'd be one day he'll come get her in the morning. He'll bring her back by that evening. Or I never have really placed any type of limitations on when or how long he could keep her because I didn't want to never keep her away from him.
What concerns do you have for safety with Mr. Presley?
None.
What concerns do you have for overnight visits with Mr. Presley?
None.
What concerns do you have for your own safety with Mr. Presley?
I wish not to have contact with him due to him deciding he wanted to put his hands on me in front of my children, which led to me have to go to the hospital. I had a hospital visit after such incident had happened, and it happened in the front of my children. I wish to not have any type of contact or whatever I have to have with them. That's why I have disclosure in place.
When was this incident?
I say March of 25.
And now what happened?
I was up getting my kids ready for school, and he must have, I don't know exactly what made him do this, but like I was getting my kids up for school. He was staying with me at the time, and I was taking him to work as well as taking my kids to school. And he just came in the bathroom and he punched me in my face, and it made a big old goose egg on his entrance into the bathroom. Was behind the door of the bathroom, and when he burst into the bathroom, she was pushed into the wall behind the door. And I had my youngest daughter in the tub, which is my baby girl was in the tub, and my son was in his room. And he proceeded to then choke me in front of them. And when my son noticed what was going on, he tried to call the phone, and Mr. Presley proceeded to take the phone from him and told him not to call the police. And after I made sure that my kids were safe at school and I was away from him and made sure I dropped him off at work, I then went to the emergency room. And then on that day, I also had his brother come and pick up all of his belongings by police escort.
All right, man. Was he ever charged with that?
No, I didn't press any charges on him, and the state of Texas did not either. I did just go seek medical attention though, because it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad, but both my eyes ended up blackening and everything a mess.
Okay, thank you. May I receive, Ms. Bexley?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Bates, in a final order, your address and telephone number could be made public. Do you have concerns?
No, it's not. It's not. I'm going to make a family violence filing on this one, Ms. Bexley. You can proceed with that being in mind. Thank you. It's been less than 2 years, and it was extreme family violence. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. In the past 4 years, was Danelle living with you the whole time?
She did not live with me from September of 22 till June of 23. I was incarcerated from September of 22 until April of 23. And I received custody back of my children June 15th of 23.
Has Danelle been living with you since June of 2023?
Yes.
During that time, when Danelle was living with you, how many direct cash payments did Mr. Presley pay to you for the support of Danelle?
None.
Do you have access to private health insurance for Danelle?
No, I do not. She receives Medicaid due to my income.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, you say you hadn't seen the child since we ordered DNA testing, so it's been several months. Do you know where he lives now?
I do not know where he lives. I do not have a phone number for him. I was communicating with him through Messenger on Facebook due to the disclosure of me not wanting him to have my phone number. He knows where I live because I was living with my sister, but now I reside in my sister's trailer that she owns. So he does know my address. He knows where I stay, but I restricted his communication on Messenger when he started to degrade me and disrespect me totally. And I just didn't want to continue to do that. It didn't have no communication had anything to do with him seeing Danelle or wanting to do anything for Danelle. So I just restricted communication for my own personal well-being.
Ma'am, if you had to have contact with him for the purposes of him exchanging the child for visitation, which is I'm a little reluctant to do. When I do this kind of thing, I always make it at the local police department.
That's
so,
fine.
So which city you live in?
I live in Nolanville.
Okay. All right, and where does he live?
As far as I know, he lives in Killeen.
Okay. If I was to make the exchange, I might. It's been a long time since I've driven by the PD and Nolanville. They may have a whole brand new outfit by now, but they used to be kind of close at 5 o'clock deal.
They're still back in the cut behind the railroad tracks. They're still back there.
Okay, are there a 24/7 deal, or do I need to make exchange at Harker Heights PD?
It might need to be better at Harker Heights PD because I'm not sure of the
okay
times of Nolanville.
And if he was going to contact you to have visitation, and if I made the exchange at Harker Heights PD, I would look at making an exchange at Harker Heights PD. What would you want? How would you want him communicating with you, ma'am? Because again, I'm getting ready to say that you don't have to give him your address. You don't have to give him your main phone number. You can give him and the parenting app that I used to have people use for free now costs money. So I'm not looking at using that at this point. So is there a way he can actually communicate with you, or that you're okay with?
I really don't want to involve my sister, but he knows her phone number, and it's a number that could be like a in between. But I really don't want to have to involve her. I don't know how to do it without really involving anyone else.
All right. Does he know your email address? Well, I hate using email, but yeah.
My email address is fine. Just as long as there's no, that's the only reason why we don't communicate on Messenger is because of all the derogatory and disrespecting, the name calling, and all the. I just can't deal with the negative of Mr. Presley concerning nothing that concerns my daughter.
Okay. All right, ma'am. I'm about to give this one a little bit more thought then, because I really don't want to cut this gentleman off from visitation. But there may be, based on what you just testified to, the fact that he has physically assaulted you, that he has also communicating with you. He doesn't do it appropriately, and he hasn't actually tried to see the child for the last 6 months. I might have to make an order of this until further order of the court, but I'll think about that for a moment. Is there any other question? Do you have any other questions of the witness at this time, Ms. Mexler?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am. Is there anything else you want to tell me?
Um, I'm sorry, I'm so emotional about this because I've been kind of waiting for her to just have some type of, I like, please don't get it wrong. When he was like, he would visit, even though it wasn't constant. And she really does, like, she really enjoys being around him no matter how much time has been gone. But
Okay.
it's just, I don't think it's fair for her now at this age to have to go through this with him because he just doesn't want to be financially responsible or he don't feel like he should have any responsibilities as far as me helping take care of her because I've always been able to take care of them all. I've even taken care of him and his daughter before I even had children. I've always been able to maintain, but now that I'm disabled due to my work, I'm not able to work, and it's just the
All
help
right, ma'am.
that
What I'm
I
looking at doing, ma'am, I'm looking at naming you sole managed conservator. I'm looking at ordering him to pay the child support, the cash medical, and the retro as requested by the state. That's what I'm looking at doing. But normally, I make people are entitled to get visitation, weekends, summers, holidays, that sort of thing. But when there's a family violence indicator, that changes everything. And I'm going to have the state put on this that I am finding family violence. I am finding that there has been family violence in the last 2 years. And because that you're the sole managed conservator, he's the possessory. And I can order that he doesn't have any rights to possessory conservatorship until he comes back to the court and asks me for a visitation as per a court order. Until then, I'm looking at uh, uh, only giving under those circumstances, I usually only give him access FaceTime, that sort of thing. But unless you have a phone number or something that he can call, that's even problematic.
um she had let me go get her tablet because a she has text now on her tablet and she has a phone number and he can
Okay.
call. Let me go get her tablet and I can give you the phone number to
Well,
the
I
tablet.
don't need it. In fact, I wouldn't take it online like this anyway, ma'am. You let the state know what that is,
Okay.
and I will allow him to have video access to the child every Sunday at 6 p.m. via that tablet and that number. But he has to let that number know at least 72 hours in advance, and he's gonna be using that opportunity to visit with her by FaceTime at 6 p.m. on every Sunday. And going forward, anything else y'all can personally agree to, that's fine. But right now, that's the only thing I'll be looking at giving. So, but if you want to go get that, you can give the state that information. But for right now, like I said, that's the only access I'm looking at giving them until further order of the court. Is there anything else you're asking the court to do here today? And I'd like to let the state finish that up in a moment. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So again, ma'am, sole MC, child support, cash medical, and retro and repayment as testified to is requested by you or the state. I'm going to go ahead and not order any visitation other than that electronic visitation once a week. He's got to let you know at that number, or your daughter know at that number. He's going to do that on that coming Sunday. Y'all can agree to anything else you want to, but for right now, until he comes back and testifies before the court, that's all I'm looking at giving him at this point, based on the severity of the severity of the injuries you suffered at his hand last year, ma'am. So, is there anything else you're asking the court to do here?
No, sir.
All right. How about you, Ms. Bexler? You need anything for clarification? Anything else you're asking?
How long for the electronic visits, Your Honor?
30 minutes. 30 minutes. The child's an older child, so I'll say 30 minutes, okay? Or up to 30 minutes. And they can agree to anything else above and beyond they want to. Okay. I mean, and by them, I mean the mother and him, not the 10-year-old. So.
What about court costs, Your Honor?
I'm going to make him responsible for court costs. He's got until July 31st of 2027 to make that payment if billed by the county.
Non-disclosure, Your Honor?
Granted.
That's all, Your Honor.
All right, man. Good luck to you, Miss Bates. Again, I'm trying to be as careful as possible. I don't want him coming back and try to retaliate against you. But here's the deal, man. Somebody does something like that, you press charges. You get a
Yes.
protective order. You take it to the hilt. That way, you cover yourself. Because again, he got away with it once. He might think he can get away with it again.
Yes, sir. I totally understand. At that time, it was just me just trying to get my kids away from this situation
Yes,
and
ma'am.
him away from me. And that's
If you don't want to press charges, I always see about getting a protective order. That's a civil order that says, "Hey, you did what you did, and you do it again, and we'll put you in jail for 6 months automatically." So, yeah.
okay. Thank you, sir.
All right. All right. Good luck to you, ma'am. Good luck to you and your kids. Because, like I said, what he did to you, the fact he took that phone away from the child while he was trying to make a call, I can't remember if that's a Class A misdemeanor or a felony, but it is definitely against the law. He was trying to make an emergency call, and he physically did that. That's a crime.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
All right,
you.
well, again, good luck to you. And I'll let Miss Bexley get you back in that breakout room and get that phone. You go get the tablet and get her
Yes,
the phone number, and you can give her that number to put in the order. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you both very much, and we're off the record.